You bring up very important point of Yuga. And even Joe Rogan talks about in his podcast about Kali Yuga, and he mentions like how different Yugas that the Hindu mythology have spoken about it. And I don't want to get ahead of myself. So there's different Yugas, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. Each Yuga has each Yuga ends when there's too much adharma in it, or too much. What is the other word for adharma? English term for adharma?
I think we could say injustice.
Injustice.
Yeah.
Too much injustice, and then there is Lord takes a form. It can be different form,
Yep.
and he comes down to put end to that Yuga, and next Yuga starts.
Correct.
Correct. So can we talk about what was the first Yuga?
First Yuga is called Satya Yuga or Krita Yuga.
Satya Yuga or Krita Yuga.
And in this Yuga, right, it was the creation happening itself. So pretty much no one, at least from the books and everything, right, no one even had the necessity to talk. They could just look at you and they could understand exactly what you were going through and everything. Right? Because their awareness and their consciousness was like so high. Okay. And after that is like the 12 Treta Yuga.
Yeah, let's go back to Satya Yuga.
Yeah.
How did Satya Yuga end, and what was the?
How did Satya Yuga end? I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay.
I can take that back as homework for myself. Okay. But some people say that when the creation happened, right? There was an asura, okay, called he stole the Vedas essentially, because the
Asura is a demon.
demon.
Okay.
Okay. And so when the entire creation was itself created, as we know, the manifested creation, right? You have to just have like an instruction pamphlet, just like when you get a new book, I guess. And that was the Vedas for us, okay, on how to the conduct of living. Okay, what is what you're not supposed to do, and all of these things, right? And someone who would, let's just say that you have a brand new iPhone, okay, and there's only the first model iPhone developed, okay, and someone steals that along with the instruction manual and everything and erases the code from the Apple database. Now he has the sole proprietorship over it, right? And that kind of technology would never be released to the entire masses, right? So at that point, when this demon stole all these Vedas and everything, Sri Mahavishnu had to come in, and then interestingly, this is pretty much the same even with Christianity. Right? He had to flood the entire creation, and then he will say, okay, you take a boat, you take like 7 kinds of every single thing, put it in that, and then you go to a certain place, and then I'm going to flood and recreate the whole thing again, right? Um, Christians call it the Noah's Ark, right? And then we call it the Matsya Avatar, right? And so that's how that ends, and then the new dawn
So after Satya Yuga is Treta Yuga.
is the Treta Yuga. Okay.